Hello, happy Sushi Sunday. It's your girl Sue. It has been a very long time since I posted one of these. The last time was last October or November, so it has been a long time. So during this time, I'm gonna use this video as like a life update, I guess. Yes, that's what's happening. During this time, I've been very like inactive on all like social media. I have acknowledged a very unhealthy habit that I've had for many years. And there, of course, is like a story behind this of like how I really acknowledged this and like accepted that I have this unhealthy habit. And basically, what happened was last November, the weekend after Thanksgiving, one of my aunts, who is basically my mom, she raised me, she's my mom, she got very sick. She was in and out of the ER at least like 5 times, and each time she was admitted, and she's finally starting to do better. Like since like a few weeks ago, or maybe about a month ago, is when she started feeling a little better. I'm not gonna go like into too much detail about what happened, just because that's her personal health history and I just don't feel comfortable sharing that. It also makes me very emotional and I just don't feel like crying today. So the unhealthy habit that I discovered is that when anything happens within my family, I tend to put my life on hold. Whatever I'm doing, all hobbies, work, school, anything I have going on, I just stop. I drop everything. And I think it has a lot to do with just watching my own family members like do this while I was growing up. And it just became so natural for me. Even though I saw how much of a toll it would take on like each person when they would do this, I've been doing this like without even realizing it. And I think this time that something happened, I really realized and acknowledged this unhealthy habit, because living apart from my family, like living on my own with my boyfriend and living with my family, has been very different. Right now, I have, of course, there's so much more responsibilities. Like I got rent, I have to pay bills, just all these little things are responsibilities that I didn't have when I was living at home. And so when I would put my life on hold and just drop everything I was doing, it didn't affect me the way it did this time. I just realized how unsustainable and unhealthy this is. Like I can't keep doing this. Like it's not practical. Like I still have to be able to, not even have to, like I want to be able to continue the things that I want to do. Like this, like if I am serious about this type of stuff, like I have to keep doing it, and I can't just keep like putting a pause on all these things anytime something happens within my family. I think like part of the reason that I end up doing this is because, especially when it comes to like social media, I've always wanted to put my real self out there. And when I'm going through something with my family, I get very depressed and very anxious. And I don't know how to talk about like other things, or like kind of like act okay like while doing something like this. And I don't really want to. I think, what I've like learned from this is that I can still be my real self. I can still show my real emotions, that I'm going through something, but I don't necessarily have to share everything in detail. And I think that's something like I'm still learning, because I've always been the type of person that's like, if I share something that's going on, I have to share every detail. That's just how I am. That's how I have always like just communicated. And so I am trying to learn a new way of communicating. So yeah, this is practice. It feels very like weird not like sharing exactly like what happened in detail, and but at the same time I'm okay with it. I think I'm just trying to get used to it. But besides that, besides this unhealthy habit that I am trying to change, and I don't think like, it'll change overnight. I'm putting in effort and work on even just like this situation. My aunt is still sick, so I'm trying to just, even like recording this video is just me trying. I'm trying to get on with my life and continue the things that I want to do that are important to me, while still being as much as a support system that I can for my family that's like within my limits too. And before, I feel like there were like no limits or like boundaries that I would set for myself for like my own like mental health and physical health. So this is a whole learning lesson. And yeah, before I get too emotional, I'm gonna move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about. What was it? Oh yeah, this is a new background, right? Mark and I moved to a new place last December, and we've had a lot of issues at our old place, which was also our first apartment together, and our first time like renting ever together. Yeah, we just had some issues with like the unit and like the complex itself that I don't really want to talk about yet. Kind of just, yeah, if I have told you about it, then you know why I don't want to talk about it. But we have moved and we are both so much happier. Both of our like mental health is just so much better. We're just doing a lot better with like the current place we're in now. And also, I have thought about like what type of like content that I really want to put out there and what I want to create, and I have finally figured it out after many years. I'm actually gonna try to probably just like rebrand myself. Right now, I feel like, especially like on Instagram, I'm known as like Sooshi Eats. I feel like I have grown out of that. Like, eats part has always restricted me, as in like I would restrict myself on what to post, what to do, and the niche I want to fall into is more like home. I'm a very like home body person, and I want to talk about like the things that make me happy. Like, food still makes me so happy, but I think the type of food that I am more interested in has changed now. Like, before, when I used to live at home with, my family, I would go out a lot, and now that I have my own space, like, I cook a lot, and just my interests have changed over the years. And I'm super into like skin and health, mental health, and just I think this is like the direction I want to go in now. And so I'm very excited. There is also something else that I've been wanting to try out. If you have watched my recent video about, or my last video about like me going to continuation school and starting to go back to college. You may know that I'm also taking Korean classes, which has been super exciting just because like I'm finally like learning how to read and write and like properly speak full sentences. It's just very exciting. And um I thought about ways that I could improve my speaking skills and just continuing to practice Korean. And I think I'm gonna start making like some videos in Korean or some like short vlogs wherever I go. Like I just, yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's not gonna be perfect, so please be patient with me. But I am super excited to start doing these like new type of things and really like explore like my interests. And yeah, this is just exciting. I've also started working out again for like a whole year. Not a whole year. Okay, so from when the pandemic started, so like I was doing really well. I had a routine going. I was working out at least 3 times a week at home. And then I think like July of 2020 is July or August, is when Mark and I started having issues with our old apartment, and that's kind of when I stopped really taking care of myself. So for like almost a full 6 months, after we moved here, and then in February or March, I started working out at home again. And I've just been feeling so much better just moving, because there were days that I probably didn't even get like 200 steps in. I would wake up and move myself to the couch, watch Korean dramas all day, and then it just keep repeating that. So it was very unhealthy for me, just because like I wasn't even like eating properly. My sleep schedule was really fucked up. As in like there were days like I was sleeping at like 4 or 5 a.m. and then waking up like at 11, anywhere between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I really didn't feel good, but I refused to make any changes. And I think like part of it was I was very uncomfortable in our old place. It didn't feel good, and that's just part of it. So now being in a new place and just feeling much better about like where I'm living, I just feel like I can comfortably like go back to like certain things that I enjoy doing. So like doing like my workouts and cooking again. Yeah, like so during that time, like when something happened with our old place, like we kind of stopped cooking too, just because something happened and I wasn't really able to. And what else? I stopped working out, and we both started drinking a lot. Like, it just, yeah, it was a very, very an unhealthy way of living for both of us. And for me especially, it took it took a toll on my mental health and physical health. I had gained like a lot of weight, and I was just like feeling it very just, I did not feel good about myself. And although like I was accepting like the changes that were happening to my body, I knew that I could be healthier. I've accepted like, that my body's gonna change. It's gonna constantly change, and that's completely okay. It just, I still want to feel healthy while it's changing. I've kind of moved past the, thought of me like I have to be like a certain weight or have a certain waist size, or, just all these things. I just want to feel healthy, build muscle, and just, yeah, that's it. And as long as I feel that way and see like that I am becoming healthier and feeling healthier. That's what's important to me. So, lots of good stuff are happening, and I'm trying to just, yeah, do my best. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna promise myself. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for it today. Please like, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on for my new content that's gonna come out. I'm super serious this time after many years of like going like back and forth and just, you know, trying to figure out what I want to do. I have finally figured it out for once, and I'm actually very confident. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you, and for you taking your time to just watch me talk. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.